Hi everyone, this is my stepmom Valeria and I'm interviewing for her for this project. The reason we're not wearing masks is because we do live in the same house, as you can see. So Valeria, before we start with some detailed questions, would you like to share a little bit about yourself with everyone?
Yes, my name is Valeria Brito. I was born and raised in Brazil. My family, I had 5 siblings, and I'm the second daughter. My father, he is retired now, but he was a math professor. My mother was an artist. She did beautiful sculptures. Unfortunately, she passed away over 2 years ago. So I went to a Catholic school in Brazil. I graduated at the same school, was there 13, 14 years, and then I went to college. I graduated in art, and then something really tragic happened, and I had to migrate here.
Thank you, Valeria. I can't wait to learn more about you.
Valeria's reason for leaving Brazil was very powerful and may be triggering to some people. She explains the murder of a close family member. If this is too hard for you to hear, please fast forward to the section titled Journey. In our interview, Valeria explained to me that one day she got a phone call stating that her sister had been brutally murdered in Rio de Janeiro. The sentence for a first-degree murder in Brazil is only 16 years, and 1/3 of that if the person who committed the crime was educated. This was the case for the man who took Valeria's sister's life. He had a college degree, which greatly shortened his sentence and allowed his prison experience to be nothing like one would expect. He ordered takeout from restaurants and had it very easy for the short sentence he was given. Valeria explained to me that after this horrible life-altering event, she had lost faith in the judicial system and needed a change. This is when she packed her bags and moved to the United States. She also explained that the decision to leave was an easy one. She was excited and eager to start a new life. Valeria explained to me that the hardest part of coming to the United States was the language barrier. She was used to being a know-it-all, as some would say, but in her English classes, she found it hard to thrive. Another challenge she faced was feeling bad that all the hard work she had put in to earning a good desk job in Brazil landed her with cleaning bathrooms in the United States. Valeria found strength within herself. She had to. She came to the United States alone. She pushed through hard times and overcame many obstacles to keep moving forward. She believes without those obstacles, she would not be as strong as she is today. Migration has changed Valeria in many ways. The number one way she has changed is through her strength. She has become almost fearless of everything, except for frogs. Without migration, Valeria says she probably would not be up for many of the challenges she has faced and succeeded in today. She shared with me a story about when she was still struggling to learn English. She was taken on a trip to Colorado with the family she was nannying for at the time. The family handed her a map to a very unfamiliar place and asked her to take the children to the marked places. With a lot of effort and trying, Valeria was able to navigate the map perfectly. This event changed her greatly. She realized she could do absolutely anything, no matter the challenge. The next questions I asked Valeria were about hope and realities. She emphasized that the language barrier was her biggest challenge when moving to a new country. She said to me, "Imagine living somewhere where no one understood a word you were saying. I probably looked like a clown when trying to gesture to order a coffee or asking where the train station was." We then talked about her greatest sources of joy. This was the fun part of the interview. She told me her number one biggest joy in life has been her son. She also felt a lot of joy when she became blended into the society. She said it took a while to feel that, but it was worth it. Feeling unwelcome is not an uncommon feeling for an immigrant. Valeria told me that many times she does not feel like she gets the respect she deserves. She said people view immigrants as dumb, low-class workers, but in reality, like many immigrants, Valeria is educated and has a college degree. People just don't like to take the time to ask. She said she can't even tell me how many times people are sarcastic towards her and act like she doesn't understand what they are doing. It makes her feel terrible. She feels like people do not have the patience to understand her accent when she has spent half of her life trying to understand different people's accents. She shared a very recent story with me, which I remember. It left her with a very unsettling feeling. Our house is in a cul-de-sac. It is a very small and quiet neighborhood, and for the most part, we are friends with all of our neighbors. During the summer, she would teach her Zumba classes on the back deck. One afternoon, a neighbor overheard her accent when she was teaching and trespassed into our yard. The neighbor proceeded to yell at her in the middle of a live class, stating that she hated foreigners. I can't even imagine how this made Valeria feel. It was even hard for her to talk about it to me, and I'm family. What helped her through this incident was the support that she had from her family. The last thing Valeria shared with me was some advice that she wants people to hear. She wishes more people wanted to hear the stories of immigrants before judging them or labeling them. If only people knew the reasons why someone has to leave their country, maybe they would be more understanding. She also believes that if you do come to America, you should want to be here and love your country, as it is now your country. Even if it's hard, it's a beautiful place. She left me with 3 things that she believes would make coming to the United States better. She says, come legally. It's a process, a long process, but it is worth it when it is all over and you never have to worry for your life. Since her biggest struggle was the language barrier, she said, try to learn the language as best you can, and if you can before you come. The last piece of advice she gave was try to get to know someone quickly when you arrive, or come with someone you know if you can. Feeling alone is very hard on anyone, and she wouldn't wish anyone to go through that.